In Azure Virtual WAN, the default route table and non-route table are critical components of how routing is managed in a virtual hub. Let's unpack the behavior of the default and non-route table in Virtual WAN. The default route table is used to manage routes that apply to all connections unless explicitly overridden by custom route tables or the non-route table. Any connection such as virtual networks, VPNs, express route that is not assigned to a specific custom route table is automatically associated with the default route table. This ensures connectivity without requiring specific configurations for each individual connection. You use default route table when you want most or all connection to share the same routing configuration. Use default route table for quick setups where a unified routing strategy works across the entire virtual hub. Example, such as a virtual WAN with multiple VNets and branch connections can use the default route table to ensure seamless connectivity between virtual networks and branches without additional configuration. You can modify the default route table to include specific routes as well, such as adding routes to on-premises or internet-bound traffic. Azure propagates routes learned from connected gateways to the default route table by default. The non-route table allows you to disconnect a connection from all route tables, effectively disabling route propagation for that connection. If a connection is associated with the non-route table, it will not learn or use routes from the virtual hub's default route table or any custom route tables. This isolates the connection, preventing it from automatically inheriting routes from the other components of the virtual hub. You make use of the non-route table when you want to explicitly manage the routing for a specific connection without any automatic propagation. You also use non-route table for scenarios requiring strict segmentation, where certain connections should not interact with the routing configurations in the hub. Example could be you have a sensitive workload in a specific virtual network that should not communicate with other connections or learn their routes. Associating this virtual network connection with the non-route table ensure strict isolation. Assigning a connection to the non-route table means it requires its own explicit route management, as it won't use any shared routing configuration. And correctly configuring these route tables allows you to achieve precise control over your network's routing behavior in Azure Virtual WAN.